Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. This is the Battle of Gaines Mill, which at the time it was fought was one of the bloodiest battles of the Civil War. I think it was the bloodiest battle in the East up to that point. Second in the war, only to Shiloh. But it was one of those rare battles where the Confederates actually significantly outnumbered the Union on the battlefield. It was Robert E. Lee's army against elements of George McClellan's Army of the Potomac, led by John Porter, who commanded the 5th Corps. About 34,000 Union soldiers were on the battlefield for this one, about 57,000 Confederates, and it was a bloodbath on both sides. And every time I have fought this battle, it's been a bloodbath on both sides. I usually end up somewhere right around 7,000 to 8,000 casualties. When I played through on my campaign as the Colonel difficulty, the first time I played through the campaign, I had about 24,000 men on the field. The Union only had like 13 or 14,000, and I ended up losing about a third, about 8,000 men. When I played through on the fixed enemy strength mode, the numbers were very similar to what you see here. I had about 44,000. He had about 22,000. And again, the casualties were very similar. I have not yet fought this battle in such a way to where the casualties aren't significant on both sides. So we're going to give this a try. In this case, I've got 15 brigades in my frontal attack, 12 in my flank right attack. I've got all infantry and artillery, and then 1 cavalry on my frontal attack. I've got 8 infantry, 2 skirmishers, 2 cavalry on the right flank attack. So we're just going to give this a try, see what happens. I'm going to advance very slowly. I'm in no hurry to... I don't know, I didn't realize this was in windowed mode, but alright, so I'm going to go very slowly. I'm in no hurry to do this. One of the problems the Confederates ran into in this battle was that they did not coordinate their attacks very well. And things were disjointed. They didn't go according to plan, not coordinated, not together, and that really kind of led to things not going better for them, because they really should have gone a lot better for the Confederates in this battle. The Union's going to be probably right here along here, other than skirmishers. For the time being, I'm going to come right to about this point, I think, and then just kind of chill, because I know once I get up to the top of this hill, I'll start coming under artillery fire. I definitely will expect to hit some skirmishers along the way here. And there they are. Casualties, about 8,000 for the Confederates, almost 7,000 for the Union in this battle, historically. And my playthroughs on this battle have actually yielded very similar results. Just checking the victory conditions. We need to hold at least one of these two, plus McGee Hill. McGee Hill is not even really showing up on the battlefield yet. That's going to be the one back here further that I'll actually take with my right flank. I only have to take one of these two. I wonder whether or not it might be better to go for that one. I've never tried that strategy before, but I can see the sense in that. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll start shifting that way. We'll just ignore this side of the line and go for this one here. Because if we take, let's see, what is this objective? That's Bosun's Woods. If we take that, and then we take McGee Hill, we win a victory. So I think maybe that's the way to go, is to line up here, let my flanking attack come in and deal with them. Never tried that before. I'm going to give that strategy a try and see if I can do this with fewer casualties. Of course, the main attack in this battle actually did come along this area here. It was units under A.P. Hill. And then D.H. Hill held the line over here a little bit with some artillery up near Old Cold Harbor, which is up in this area here. This was, I've mentioned this before in other videos, but the battlefield of Gaines Mill is basically the exact same battlefield of Cold Harbor from 2 years later. And the casualties were actually very similar. In fact, sometimes this battle is referred to as the First Battle of Cold Harbor. And I've been to this battlefield. I was there last fall. Not a lot there. I mean, it's certainly nothing like Gettysburg, for example. But still, it's a great place to visit, just to get a sense of. You don't really understand some of these battles by reading about them until you actually go to the locations and see the terrain, see what they were up against, see where the men were positioned. It really gives you a much greater sense, especially at a battlefield like Antietam, where the terrain is just much different than you would expect it to be. So I'm taking my time. Basically going to let this first part of the battle kind of tick out before I do anything. We'll go ahead and get these guys into position. I'm actually going to go ahead and speed it up a little bit. It's going to take a while to get across the water there. The supplies are hanging out dangerously close to my lines. Don't fire. What are the odds we can grab these bad boys? I don't know why he does that except to entice me to attack. Got him. Thank you. That'll do. That was so dumb on his part. I'll never understand that. I will gladly take those supplies, sir. Thank you. I'm going to turn them off for now until somebody needs them. All my skirmishers are hanging back. Bring them on up, guys. And eventually D.H. Hill, that part of the line, they did a frontal assault here too. And that didn't really go particularly well. But eventually they did break the Union lines at this battle. This was the largest of all the 7 days battles. The 7 days battles, if you're not familiar with the background, in 1862, the first major offensive of the war since, at least in the East, of any kind since the first Battle of Bull Run. George McClellan leads this huge army up the peninsula. They'd gone down the Chesapeake Bay on boats, landed at the peninsula, come up the peninsula between the rivers to attack Richmond from the southeast. And all the way along, the Union just moved way too slowly. And eventually they get to the outskirts of Richmond, and McClellan was convinced all the way along that he was greatly outnumbered by the Confederate Army. And they start having this series of battles outside of Richmond. And this was the largest battle of the 7 days campaign. It was the only, honestly, it was the only clear-cut tactical victory for the Confederacy. But of course, the whole campaign was a strategic victory for the Confederacy because they drove the Union back and they turned back the assault on Richmond. So the end result was what they wanted. But the biggest thing to come out of the 7 days battles was the fact that Robert E. Lee becomes the commander of the Confederate Army in the East. Joseph Johnston had been the commander. He was wounded at one of the battles. I can't remember which one. I want to say maybe it was Mechanicsville, but I could be wrong. If somebody knows, go ahead and comment, or I'll look it up later. But Robert E. Lee, who was a commander of Virginia militia at that time, is appointed the new commander by President Jefferson Davis, and of course the rest is history after that. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of hang tight. Speed things along a little bit. I want to wait for my right flank attack to come. He's going to get reinforcements too. but I'm going to get a lot more. Right now, I only outnumber him by about 4,000 men. By the time it's all said and done, I'm going to outnumber him by 20. So I want to wait for those forces. Keep my skirmishers up front here. I'll keep these guys in the rear. My artillery is going to go ahead and start engaging the enemy. With those extra supplies I captured, of course, I'll be able to keep them in good supply. In fact, I'll use those supplies first to resupply my artillery, keep them firing the whole battle if I can. I'm actually going to target his artillery for now. Of course, these are smoothbores. A lot of them are the Napoleons, and the howitzers are smoothbores. Whoa, where are you going, buddy? Where are you going, 24-pounders? No. Fire. Don't move. Are they out of range, really? Is that the problem here? I guess they are out of range. All right. So there's part one. Here comes some more reinforcements. And that'll be kind of a continuing theme that we keep getting reinforcements throughout this battle. And I'm definitely going to keep them on this side. But I want to wait for that right flank attack. So now we have McGee Hill showing up. And so these two objectives right here are the two I need to take in order to win this battle. Something I've started to learn to get better at is to ignore largely the instructions I'm given at the beginning of the battle and basically just look at the objectives. What do I need to take to win? And how can I do it with the fewest casualties possible? Now, of course, in this new campaign, there are some advantages to inflicting more casualties. So it's not necessarily a foregone conclusion that I want to do it with the fewest casualties. If I think I can inflict a lot of casualties on the enemy and winning and keep mine to a minimum, it's certainly worth it to try and do that. But I'm still kind of content to wait for the next phase of this battle when I get my flanking attack. Alright, we're doing a good job on this battery, but of course at some point I really need to kind of focus on his infantry as well. I'm actually going to move these Napoleons up a little bit. I'm going to move these 24-pounders over here. Oh, what are you doing with this infantry? Is he going to actually attack me? He is. He's bringing some infantry across. Excellent. I like it. Please do. Oh, no, maybe not. I know this isn't the most exciting way to watch a battle, but I feel like this is the strategy to go with. I've never tried it this way before. Alright, my Napoleons just lost their commander. But I've just about taken this battery out of action. And then we're going to start focusing on some infantry. Interesting. Come on, that battery's about to be toast. I love it. Take him out. And here comes the right flank. My left flank, the right flank attack, I guess you would say. So we're going to bring these guys right in over here. Get some skirmishers out front. Because I'm sure he's going to have some. Let's see what's happening here now. 24-pounder. Alright, we destroyed that battery. Awesome. Now we start focusing on the infantry. And once this right side gets into position, then we'll start moving forward to assault his right. Manpower, I'm still missing about 10,000 men. I've got more that are coming still, but he's got most of his army on the battlefield. I think I'm going to bring these guys around this way too. Basically going to completely ignore this side. I have no interest at all in that. I think I'm going to bring these guys down a little further. I want to get right at that objective. I don't remember how much time's left after this part. I'm assuming there's still one more part to this battle after that. But I'm trying to remember how that goes. There might not be. I can't count on the fact that there's another section to this battle. Let's get these skirmishers in right in here. I'm assuming I'm okay because there's no, like, I think there should be some, like, little red exclamation points there if I have to get those objectives, but I could be wrong. I guess we're going to find out because we're going to take this objective here in a minute. But I need to get these other guys into position before I do too much. I'm going to get these guys to run. Okay, let's do this. I'm guessing he's probably got more forces over here that I can't see. But if he doesn't, then yay for me, because that becomes an easy flank attack. Alright, get these guys resupplied here. I just said tanks. I gotta stop playing World War II games in the middle of playing Civil War games. All right. Now let's not run. Now, children, no running. No, I don't want you to attack him. I want you to just take this objective and be satisfied with that. Thank you. All right. So the only question at this point is, will the battle end right here, and will this be just like the easiest battle in the history of major battles? We'll find out here in a second. Where is Forrest going? Get back over there. Some supplies down there. If I wanted to get really greedy, I could go take. But I'm going to be satisfied with what I have here and hope that the battle ends in 3 minutes, even though things are still being contested. Alright, yep, there is one more section. I thought there probably was. And in that case, I rather wish I hadn't attacked yet. But that's okay. I feel like I'm in a strong position here. I'm saying, no. Frobel, I want you to stay where you are. I want Gladden to go this way. I need to take out this battery. All right, we'll send Sims over here. We're gonna see what we can do to Chapman here. At this point, it's just really about seeing how much of the Union Army I can destroy. Chapman just reformed, and he's flanking Grover. But say hello to my little friend right there. Get him, Sims. Let's take out this battery. Get my general over here. I gotta watch. Okay, I'm gonna go grab these supplies. Unless there's another brigade hanging out back there somewhere. Go get him, Sims. Hunt him down. More troops arrived to press the attack. I don't need them, but thank you. Oh, Forrest, you're going the wrong way, buddy. Supplies are over here. Thank you. That'll be all. You may retreat. Alright, let's form a defensive line and then just be satisfied with what we have and not get greedy. If he wants to counterattack me, let him come. I'm going to drop Kemper back. Orphan Brigade, hang tight right there. Stonewall Brigade, back up a little bit. Let's send Virginia Brigade back here to help deal with them. And we're just going to play out the clock now. More troops to attack on the right. Yeah, great, awesome. Here come my sharpshooters. These are the guys that have the Whitworth rifles. They aren't really going to get a chance to do much with them, but maybe they can fire some shots at Chapman in the rear here. I'm going to send Forrest up here to help deal with him too. Alright. Why am I in windowed mode? I don't know why that's happening. Alright. Not quite sure when that happened, but I'll have to fix that. Alright, I gotta micromanage up here a little bit because I don't want to get my sharpshooters in trouble. Get over there and help out. We're going to cause those guys to surrender as best we can. No, you stay there. Well, Forrest is having a field day right now of kills. But he's also losing some. Let's get Vaughn over there to help out. Jeez. That windowed mode really sucks. Alright, we should be getting into Warren's flank here. Move Stonewall Brigade up a little bit. So this is definitely going to be a big departure from my previous playthroughs on this battle as far as casualties go. I don't think I've ever played this one with less than about 7,000 casualties on my side. Come on, finish this guy off. Forrest lost a lot of men, but he's causing a lot of casualties. I probably should have pulled him off. Alright, Vaughn, your turn. Run him down, finish him off. Chapman's got to surrender at some point here. Alright, there's his sharpshooters. Jeez, I can't believe Chapman hasn't surrendered yet. We're going to run him all the way down the map, and he's still not going to surrender. He's probably just going to disintegrate. There he goes. Yep, he did. All right, well, I honestly can't complain too much about how this battle went. I mean, that went about as well as I could hope. Never even engaged the forces on this side. Let's go ahead and get another brigade down here into these woods. I probably could have pressed this thing and really caused some massive casualties to his army, but I'm pretty content with where things are. Because I know there's another major battle coming right after this one. I don't even think there's a break in between. Alright, there we go. So, gotta like that. 17, almost 1,800 casualties. A little over 1,800 by the time you count the cavalry that I lost, but Got to be happy with those results. More than 2-1 on the casualties. Pretty low on both sides, but here we go. We captured 4,000 supplies. We grabbed a bunch of 1842s. Captured some more Napoleons and howitzers. Just a couple of things rescued, but good, good, good. Very happy with that. Best part is we gained 13,000 men for a battle in which we lost less than 2,000. So now I'm going to definitely start putting these into medicine. I know a lot of you swear by politics or economy, but I love medicine. I get those troops back, and I get their experience and their weapons along with it. So not going to apologize for that. So here we are. After the Battle of Gaines' Mill, I am certain that I no longer have the power to stop History Guy, and I fear I will be replaced. I'm now counting on our old friendship and your political connections. Can you please help me to gain more time and receive more military support? 2,900 well-trained troops en route to assist you. Wow. That number just went way up. 86 to 91,000 men. What happened? Did I not cause enough casualties for you? 15% reduction in enemy weapons quality because of the victory at Shiloh. 10% reduction in enemy army size because of the victory at Gaines' Mill. So let's take a look real quick at Malvern Hill. He's going to have almost 32,000 men there. I currently already have 42,000. Now he's going to get scaled up some when I start adding troops to my forces. But I don't think it'll be by that much. So I should have, again, a significant advantage going into that one. Looks like we can buy up some more Enfields, which might not be a bad way to go here. Start getting some better weapons. So as you can see, some of these brigades lost very few troops. I'm very pleased with that. So we'll replace them with veterans where possible. Although manpower-wise, I don't think I have the ability to do that. But it's nice when you don't lose that many men and you only have to throw in 60, 70 guys to get a brigade maxed back out. Oh, we got a major general available here. I'm going to put Johnston in command of this division. So we got two major generals now in command of a couple of divisions. We had a major battle, which means we get the wounded soldiers. If you're not familiar with this, how it works is when you have a leader that gets wounded, he goes into that pool of wounded troops that are there in the barracks. And so what happens is these guys like this guy here, Patrick Douglas, you get them back after the next grand battle, the major battles that you fight. No. We'll go veteran. Ooh, that's a lot. Maybe not. Alright, so these guys are all maxed out. We actually want to put these brigadier generals in command of these divisions. And I'll put a colonel here. Once I get these guys all maxed out, then I'll look at what available weapons I have. And it might be that I replace some of these reboard farmers with some better weaponry. Actually, these guys have regular farmers, so I better start there. So I got 4,000 Enfields available here, so that's definitely where those are going to go. Of course, we're going to buy some in this case, but still in good shape. Let's see where we're at now in comparison. So that gets me to, yeah, you can see he did get some of an increase because of the scaling. But again, I got a decent advantage in manpower. I just got to be smart. And this is a tough battle because it's a real narrow field of attack, and it gets pretty tricky. So I'll have to think about what I want to do for strategy there. But I'll go ahead and get the rest of these 9,000 troops into the field one way or another here. I might create a third corps for reserves, but I'll think about that some. And we'll come back on another day with the next battle. And as always, I welcome any and all input that you have, suggestions, ideas, observations, criticisms. Thank you so much for all of you who have had input. Even when I may not even agree with you, I welcome it because hey, let's face it, we all have different strategies. We all have different ideas on what works the best. But as long as we're open to those ideas and we're learning from each other, I think we're all going to become better at this game. So I welcome all of that, and I thank you for it, and we will see you again soon. If you want to hit that thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, do that. I would appreciate it very much. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again soon.